Nestarinos, didn't see you come in. You come back down the right warp pipe because you're back in the red zone, where we're playing the Fave 5 Mario Maker 2 levels of the day, the best puzzle level, the best theme level, the best platform level, the best throwback level, and the Wildcard. Now before we get started today, yes, I want to talk about something. Don't get me started on it. I know, I got no capture card. My stuff is low quality. This is my whole setup. This is just junk I picked up around the house. This is what makes the red zone. I know I'm used to shooting with a phone pointed at a television. The quality is bad. I may be slightly overweight. I'm not a very handsome guy. I call myself KidNES despite the fact that I'm obviously 35 years old. I may be one of the worst content creators out there, but I'm playing the best content. Yours, your Mario Maker 2 content. And if you want to be on this video, stick around to the end. I'm going to tell you how to do it, and I'm going to tell you the Nintendo joke of the day. Alright, what are we waiting for? Let's play! Alright, Nestarinos, this is our puzzle level of the day, Biohazard by Etsch. This is a Resident Evil themed spook house where you're going to have to keep a good head on your shoulders if you want to make it through to the other side alive. This level is really neat. It's dripping with theme. It's got a lot of horror elements. You are afraid to go into the next room, afraid to go through that next warp pipe. Every room in this twisting cavern presents a different puzzle that you must solve. The puzzles are creative, but not too frustrating. The difficulty is moderate, but it keeps its fun level high. You never know what you're going to find. You have to think outside the box in a lot of different situations. Here's a pro tip for this screen. A really clever throw of that beetle shell is going to get you through that next pipe and onto the next part of the level. This stage all culminates in a showdown with the Lord of the Dinosaurs, the Bowser. Everybody do the dinosaur. If you can get through Bowser, you're going to get into that flying car and get that course clear. Here is a pro tip. If you wait for that POW block to appear, you can do away with Bowser a lot quicker than if you were using the fireballs. Great level here. I really enjoyed it. Come and take my world record if you can. Alright, our throwback stage of the day is Plant Gang Takes Control by Huge Hog. Well, you know, if you got it, flaunt it. This is a level really feels like it could have been in Super Mario World. It is totally tubular. The first part of the stage is easy platforming, and then the vines start to come into play. The vine manipulation is really cool, really clever. There are some really cool parts where you have to ascend the vines into the top part of the level and use those music blocks to bounce the vines that you're gonna need to complete the stage. Back down, you're gonna have to make your way up and down, coming back and forth across the vines until you find your way to the next part of the level. This part right here I had a lot of trouble with. It's a really tricky part, but at no times does anything in this level feel unfair. You always feel like you're gonna make progress, that you can get it the next time. The design is really cool. It's really fun. It's challenging, and going up and down these vines is awesome. You're going to see KidNES is having some trouble coming up at these vines. I'm saying vines a lot, but that's because there's a lot of vines in this level. After you get through this part, which took me 10 or so good tries, you're going to get into a part with the moving vines on a platform. This is smooth sailing. That's going to bring you to a really cool boss fight with the Bowser and a couple of other giant enemies, but luckily you got a cloud car on your side. You kill these bosses, you take this key, you go through the door, and you're going to get yourself to the end of the level. Take control back over from the Plant Gang. Plant Gang takes control. What a fun level. Great job. And this is our platforming level of the day, Lepharians sailing down sludgy swamp. This is a really neat level, a classic Super Mario Bros. 1 platforming level. The first part of the stage is pretty simple jumping, trying to get the fastest time you can as you get through that second part of the stage. When you get to the second part of the stage, you are going to see the water starts rising. The aesthetics are really cool as you're jumping through what looks kind of like a flooded and and sunken city as the water comes up and down. The platforming is pretty simple, it's fun, it's really smooth, and I like the look of this level. It looks really cool, and that is hard to do with the Super Mario 1 palette. There's a pro tip, is if you want to get that world record, which is at about 1 minute and 12 seconds, you are just going to have to move your ass and haul through this level as quick as you can. A really simple and fun level. I really enjoyed it. Sailing down Sludgy Swamp is awesome. Our themed stage of the day is Crash Landing, Find a Way Home by the Radical Bee and Yowie Wowie. This level is so radical. It takes you right into an alien universe. It kind of makes you feel like you're playing a different game. The aesthetics of this stage are absolutely unbelievable, and it even features this cinematic of the swamp and his army smashing your spaceship to bits. Then the platforming begins. Here is a KidNES pro tip. Watch yourself when you're jumping on those Goombas because they are prone to twitching out of the way as they are just floating through space, and you don't want to miss those jumps, so always be prepared that they could be moving. This stage looks awesome, it plays awesome. This is definitely one of my favorite ones that I've seen so far. The platforming is very fluid. It's a lot of fun working your way through these spaceships, and it is just awesome to look at. It's going to bring you in, when you get inside the mothership, you're going to get into this room with all of these giant alien Goombas, and getting through these guys is a bit tricky, but guess what? If you can't do it, well then, game over, man. Crash Landing. Our wild card of the day is a Bitcoin Bonanza by Leet Guy. Holy smokes, a level about Bitcoin. You just gotta hodl on and carry yourself through this platforming level. It's classic Super Mario Bros. 1 platforming. Here you can see I'm about to get destroyed just like my portfolio in 2017. But if you stick with it, if you hodl on, you're gonna get all the way to the end. This is a 3-part stage. Here is a course clear pro tip. When you pick up the key in the first part of the stage, do not go through that key door. You can just hold this key all the way through to speed run right to the end. Satoshi, where is he? I can't find him. You're going to want to pick up this super star here, and that invincibility is going to take you all the way through to get that world record course clear if you want to take it away from KidNES. This stage also features 5 hidden 1-ups. I found them all. You gotta buy Bitcoin. You gotta play this stage. Really cool. Yowie wowie! Today's levels were so cool! Crash Landing, the Plant Gang Take Control, the Huge Hog. You want to know how you can get featured in the Rad Zone? Well, it's easy. First, you drop your course code down in the comments below with the categories up to 2 that you would like to be considered for, and I ask that you like and subscribe to these videos, even if you don't like them. You know, I support you, you support me. We do it together. I also ask that you play one of the levels that were featured on the Rad Zone sometime this week. If you get featured on the Rad Zone, people should be playing your levels. They should be blowing up because you did a great job. All right, that's it. It's time for the Mario joke of the day. What kind of pants does Mario wear? Denim, denim, denim. Oh, you chuckleheads. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow with another Fave 5. Back to the games.